My fellow Americans, I'm addressing you today to talk about gun violence. What is this? Super Mario? Super Mario Odyssey. More like Super Mario gonna kill you, alright? Violence is linked to video games. So if you're playing violent video games, what do you think's happening? You're gonna commit gun violence. All these shootings happening, they're cause of ridiculous. Mario, have you seen what he can do? He kills creatures, and that translates over to killing in real life. There's there's no studies saying this, but I mean, it doesn't take rocket scientists to go to the moon, does it? What is this? Pokemon? More like poke you in the side with a knife, or poke you in the side with a gun, cause gun violence. I didn't mean knife, I meant gun. What are you doing this one? Oh, you fight monsters. Fighting. Directly linked to violence. What is this? Yashi? What is that, Japanese for some World War II code name for Americans kill each other? Enough with gun violence. Woo! Is it sunny out? Let me put on some sunglasses. There we go. That's better. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the God honest truth. There have been no NRA lobbyists around these parts, okay? We are not bought out here as politicians. We are the elected officials, and we do not accept bribes of any sort to say certain things or blame or scapegoat certain things. What was that? You say something about mental health? This is some crazy talk. Mental health is reserved for those who go into them padded cells, ain't they? I mean, come on now, America. You think mental health is gonna stop shootings when we have games like these available to be bought by our childrens? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you my reaction to people saying video games and music and movies aren't the cause of these shootings. Emoji Movie. That's popular with kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. See, I'm hip. I'm with it. Emojis. That's what kids need to be playing with, not these ridiculous Pokemans. Pokemon, trade your Pokemon for an emoji. I ain't never seen an emoji shoot up a place. See, it's the poop emoji. It's funny, and kids can laugh and have fun and play on the playgrounds and yeah, it all works out great, don't it? I ain't no daggum idiot, alright? I tell you, this ain't the 1970s or 1980s anymore. School shootings are a regular occurrence here in America. And I'm gonna tell you what, if it's my life's work, I'm gonna make sure that these daggum video games get taken off the shelves forever. And in fact, they need a better rating system. E for everyone, more like M for mature. That'll probably appease them. That'll probably get them off our backs for a minute. Everyone's blaming the government for all these shootings, the lack of control. It's ridiculous. As if we have any control over people buying assault rifles. But that's not even the problem. We have so many guns and so few programs set up for mental health. If they caught on to us, if they realized how much we funded mental health in comparison to guns, and how we get lobbied by the NRA, I mean, well, we will probably have marches in the streets. But where will we get that money for the mental health? We're on a shoestring budget as it is. I couldn't take a salary cut. That will be ridiculous. 250 grand a year, plus lobbying, plus bonuses, plus days off. There's no way in God's earth I would ever take me a salary cut just so we could get some better mental health for those people out there. No siree. No siree. Oh, I left that thing on. Hey, you all should have cut the feed. They can't be hearing that stuff. Shakespeare once said, "The pen is mightier than the sword." At least I think it was Shakespeare. Maybe someone else said it. Nevertheless, the pen is mightier than the sword, ladies and gentlemen. Those who are willing to blame something else other than the truth, such as video games, and to a greater extent, movies and music and just all media types in general. These don't cause shootings so much as a gun laying on the ground. Well, that was unexpected. Video games don't cause shootings as much as a gun laying on the ground doing nothing. It can't do anything. And yes, I understand the argument for gun control, and sure, control guns as much as you want to, but it's not going to stop people from getting swords and using swords, or building bombs, or using sticks. Let me ask you something. If somebody literally ran into a school with a sword and started hacking people, do you really think he would be able to be stopped before he got the 3 or 4 people? I mean, yeah, okay, so he's not going to shoot up a school and kill 20 or 30 people, but I'm sure that he's going to do quite a bit of damage with a giant sword or something. The same with a bomb, the same with anything. And you can't limit the building of a bomb because common, everyday appliances that we can get, the things that you clean with, the things that are in your refrigerator, your TVs, you can build bombs out of them, man. It's a possibility. It's something that happens. We rely on a simple system of judiciary reproach in hopes that people won't do that stuff, that people aren't crazy, that people aren't going to just do that stuff for no reason. And when I see articles, polls, government, video games, movies, more to blame for violence than guns. And this is a poll, okay? When I follow the links, I find this very tiny section on a report in a political section of a website that states most Americans continue to believe that violent video games and movies make America a more hostile place. But just 13% feel that limits on video games, movies, and music would do the most to reduce incidents like the one in Florida. Basically what you're saying is the media is not the problem, it's the people consuming it. It's the parents watching the children. It's the individuals with the free will. Yes, you can sit here and blame the parents and say, oh, it's the parents, they weren't watching their kids. But what about people who are above the age of 18 and 19? And you can say, well, it was the parents' fault for not raising them right. But what if they just have something wrong up here, you know? I mean, seriously, you know? What can you do? You can't do anything, honestly. You just have to rely on the free will and the good nature of people. Or we could have a way better mental health program and get those people checked out and made sure that they're not going to go crazy with a gun. Trump blames violent video games for school shootings. Here's why he's wrong. That was over at Forbes. Forbes is infamously known for running with very, very trendy stories as well. So if it's against video games, Forbes has done it too in the past, which means that this is just a trending topic, and I don't really care about the defense here. But what I do care about is what the president said. The president told Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi that, quote, I'm hearing more and more people seeing the level of violence in video games is really shaping young people's thoughts. Shaping them, huh? Yeah, okay. Quote, and then you go a step further, and that's the movies. You see these movies, and they're so violent, a kid is able to see a movie if sex isn't involved, but killing is involved. And maybe we need to put a rating system for that. Well, this is just a game, but this is a good example. E for everyone. There's a rating system already. I guess it's not enough for Mr. President. Okay, I'm not here to roast the president. I'm not here to sit here and defend guns. I'm really not, okay? You don't like guns, you want gun control, good for you. I'm here to say that these video games, this is not going to cause school shootings. It is the lack of parental advisory. It is the ever-growing digital presence that we have today. It is not like the 1980s. You do not go down the block and play baseball with all your friends. You know, all you had is a telephone and a Nintendo, and that was it. Come on, it's not that way anymore. What you have is a lot of kids who are sitting inside, too busy on their digital devices, or their parents are too busy on their digital devices, playing on their phones while their kids are at matches instead of watching their kids. And a lot of this stuff, a lot of the problems that we have today are problems that we didn't have to deal with 20 to 30 years ago. And this is an issue, especially with parents raising their children as well, because those parents also need mental health. So look, listen, man, I'm just going to put it like this. I'm going to say it simply. Both parents and children need mental health. To stop a school shooter is to start by stopping it here. To have someone have a shift of paradigm in their thought process, instead of having that person thinking they're worthless and they're going to take everyone with them. And instead having them thinking, life's very rough, life's very unfair, but I can do better. How do you do that? And it starts with mental health. It doesn't start with restricting people from getting guns. You could buy a tank, you could buy a missile, and if you're in the right frame of mind, nothing's going to happen. You're not going to use it to kill people. But if you're psychotic, of course. So it really does end up right here. That's where it ends at, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the point of today's video. Mental health will help you. Banning video games will not. And so this was one really crappy story, and that's why I got out the crapper. So let's flush it down the drain where it belongs. Whew, that tastes awful. Do you believe that video games shouldn't be banned, they shouldn't be restricted, and things like that because people go crazy and they do what they do? I would like to hear from you. Please like and share this video with everyone you know. And I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. As always, good gaming, God bless, and I hope you guys really did enjoy this take.